Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. Got a tech tree spotlight for you here today. We're in the Tier 3 Royal Navy Destroyer, the Wakeful. As you can see, we're down tier on New Dawn in a Capture the Base match. Fair amount of new players in this match, at least if we're going by the icons. Alright, Wakeful, a W-class destroyer of the Royal Navy, laid down in 1917, launched in 1917, commissioned in 1917, and it was torpedoed and sunk during Operation Dynamo by a German E-boat, 29 May 1940. Alright, we're moving out here in the Wakeful. Quick programming note. I tried to get a match in the Valkyrie, and spent about 5 minutes trying to load into a match. So I will put that one up if and when I can get a Valkyrie match. Also, my work sent me to Atlanta for 4 months. I mean, they didn't send me. I volunteered to go. So I don't know how that's going to affect uploads. So bear in mind, I do have some archive videos built up, but I may not be creating new content depending on work state. And I'll update you guys in theory next week. We'll have a Acasta video. I'll update you in that video about what my work situation's looking like in terms of the internet where I'm at. All right, I got a great match coming for you tomorrow on Wednesday, Warship Wednesday, called Two Battleships Wreck the Red Team. I did not team up with Spartan Elite 43, but we ended up on the same team in the same match. And we both have excellent games, so I encourage you to bookmark that or set the reminder bell and check that out. All right, launching torpedoes, got a Brask out here. I am a big fan of the Brask. But we managed to scare him away, kind of zoned him out with those torpedoes. Cruiser over there, as we avoid some torpedoes. Kuma, our torpedoes peter out before we can get to the Kuma. Real quick, going back to WoW's builds, there will not be a stat comparison because their table is all messed up. Sigma of the Wakeful 2.0, fires per minute 3.77, overmatch of the armor piercing 8 millimeters, arming threshold 20 millimeters as we begin to re-engage the enemy ships here with our high explosive. Torpedo reaction time for the enemy 7.82 seconds to react to one of your torpedoes in the Wakeful. All right, Kuma, setting him up for some torpedoes right now. Salvo number 1 is out and away. Salvo number 2 is out and away. I led him a little bit, anticipating he was going to gain speed. We'll just see how well this is going to work out. Probably not. We are spotted. Firing up the Brask with our high explosive, and maybe the Brask is going to break in time, unfortunately for me, although we do spike him with some pretty good damage there. It looks like the Kuma also braked in time to dodge our torpedoes, but by us braking, we managed to create a little window between the Brask torpedo salvos in order to dodge his torpedoes. And now we're lighting them up. There's a cruiser in front of me also lighting them up. Pardon me, the Destiny card just sent me an offer on my email. Alright, let me disable that. Still lighting up the Brask. And I would really love to be able to kill him. He's getting farther and farther away. The one good thing about Royal Navy guns I've found in the destroyers, they are exceedingly accurate. Even though we only got one shell hit there, they were generally all right on target. And so this accuracy is something you should use to your advantage as we take out the Brask for our first kill. Alright, Kuma's trying to run away. We're doing this weird backing maneuver. And I'm going to turn hard to port and cut back over and re-engage the Kuma in the Wakeful. You know, I hate to say it, outside of the Lightning, I think the Royal Navy destroyers are underappreciated, and I think they're underrated. Now, don't get me wrong, they wouldn't be in my top 3 destroyers to pick at any given tier when I have to win a match. With the exception of the legendary tier destroyer, the Daring, or the Lightning. I mean, I think they get stronger as you go along. But I think these low tier Royal Navy destroyers are really underrated because they don't have sonar, you know? All right, we're going to light up the Kuma. Yes, we're going to light up the Kuma. We are shooting the armor piercing. We are missing after I talked about how accurate this thing was. Second salvo. Do some damage there, some sort of damage. Another salvo at the Kuma, and we're turning in to avoid carrier planes, and maybe hoping to launch torpedoes. Another salvo at the Kuma, and we totally miss. And I think it's just going to be variations of me saying, I'm shooting at the Kuma, I'm hitting or missing. We do set him on fire, which doesn't make sense because we were shooting high explosive. How do we set the Kuma on fire? And he's not burning, so I think that was just some kind of error in the hit markers. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Continuing to fire and just chipping away like tens of hit points at a time. He turns broadside. Why would you do that? Well, I guess that's why, because we don't do any damage. Alright, trying to aim up just a teeny bit. And we set him on fire again, even though we're not shooting HE. I just don't understand how that's happening, but we do get the kill. Kill number 2. Alright, I want to say the Clemson was fessing around over here. So I'm going to try to locate him. Trying to get my guns lined up. I didn't even switch to high explosive because why not? My armor-piercing shells are setting ships on fire. Why would I switch to high explosive? I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that happened in this game. What a... Can anyone explain that to me? How my armor-piercing shells set fires? I have no idea. Anyway, looking over here, we got a destroyer way in the backfield, a couple of them probably. Going after this battleship, I guess. I think our aircraft carrier already succumbed. Kamikaze! And we're shooting that armor-piercing, folks. Why not? Kamikaze totally dodges another salvo. And we do not get a kill pinch. Alright, so we've got big ships left. And we are tied right now, team-wise. The enemy team has a slight lead in points. They're going into our cap. So someone's got to kill the Britannia in order to make this close. But I essentially think at this point, this is going to be a match where I have to kill all of the enemy ships to win. And the reason I say that is because they're starting to cap our base again. Oh, pardon me. No, we are down on points. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, so we're losing on points. They're in our cap. And my belief is I have to kill all the enemy ships to win. So let's see if we can do that here in the Wakeful. All right, checking my main battery range again because I forgot in between now and the last time I checked it, probably a minute ago. We are totally full health, utterly undamaged by the ravages of war. And so we're going to use that to our advantage. Wyoming here, trying to get us into a fork kind of scenario where if we turn one way, we're going to get spotted by the Britannia. If we turn the other way, we're going to get spotted by the Wyoming. I'm ignoring the Wyoming, and I launch one set at the Britannia. And then we'll put the individual launchers on, because I think he's going to start doing this maneuvering thing, and I can't stand for that. So we do launch some more torpedoes individually, and then we are going to turn away and see what those torpedoes do, because I do not want to be spotted by Wyoming. And there's still carrier planes around. Because unlike the enemy team, our aircraft carrier got killed and theirs didn't. So look at that. All my torpedoes are going to miss. All right, maybe not. All right. 2 torpedo strikes. We do start a flood on Britannia. We are spotted by enemy aircraft. And luckily for me, his turrets are all pointed in the opposite direction. So I think I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, throw up a smoke screen, dodge some HE bombs, and farm a little bit of damage. He is still flooding. And even though my teammates desperately tried to kill Pinch, we do finish off the Britannia for kill number 3. Alright, Wyoming over here. We're going to light him up with our guns. Still dodging carrier planes who are attacking me relentlessly. Trying to get this reload on. And we're going to go with a widespread. I mean, it worked so well last time. Why not do it another time? So we'll do a widespread there. And are we going to go individual? Nope. We're going to go another widespread here on Wyoming. We are spotted. He's just 4 kilometers away. And we're going to immediately light him on fire. Oh, what more could you ask for, folks? We lit him on fire. He damage conned it. That means any damage that happens now, like a flood or another fire, is going to be a perma flood or fire. Anyway, we crush him with 3 torpedoes, high caliber metal unlocked, and a 4th torpedo strike. I didn't realize there was a 4th torpedo out there. Yeah. So we lit him up, and we finished him off. Kill number 4. All right. So we turned that match around for our team. Sorry about the train whistle noise. I thought today is supposed to be a federal holiday, but my work is sending lots of emails to me, so that's what you get for trying to be in charge. At least a little bit. All right, sorry, back to the match. We're talking about the Wakeful. Let's talk about the Wakeful's combat action. It was inactivated after the German High Fleet surrendered, reactivated and commissioned escort duty, 17th Destroyer Flotilla, Operation Dynamo, which was the evacuation of Allied troops from Dunkirk. Wakeful embarked 631 Allied troops, came under air attack, continued, embarked another 640 troops the next day, but was torpedoed by the German E-boat S-30, struck by 2 torpedoes. Only 4 of the Allied troops survived, plus 25 of Wakeful's crew. They even put their names in here. Michael Fraser, Stanley Patrick, HFR Riddell, and James Kane, all from different regiments. 2 from the Service Corps, pardon me. Michael Fraser was a sapper from the engineers, and Jim Kane was from the tank regiment. A number of ships stopped to pick up survivors, but then the destroyer Grafton, which was a G-class destroyer, was sunk by another German U-boat. So that's not good. All right, here's the enemy ship, Gisano. Somebody did kill one of our ships. The carrier's still out there, but Gisano is the ship I'm trying to get right now. Especially dangerous if it has the SAP loaded. He knows we're in the cap. We know we're in the cap. I don't want to launch the torpedoes until I can get him broadside-ish or at a very close range. All right, we're spotted. We will put 1 set out there. He was momentarily bow tanking. We're using armor piercing. It doesn't appear to be doing a lot of damage. We're going to smoke up. We're going to take a big splash of HE there. We're going to torp. And you're going to see he's going to very smartly turn back in. And I think maybe in this scenario, if I had torped directly at him, he would have remained broadside and I could have used my HE. But instead, I guess we're just engaging in a battle of incompetence here. Anyway, pretty good armor-piercing strike right there. I don't have torpedoes. He's at a bad angle to me. And so we're going to be dipsy-doodling all over the place here. And finally we're going to get him broadside and get a Citadel hit. And for the Kraken Unleashed. Kill number 5. All right, I need intelligence data. What has our team been doing? All right, there is the enemy ship, the Hermes. He is in range of my main battery. Why aren't I shooting? All right, we're shooting at the Hermes. I was like, at the very least, I'll get a Confederate medal. No, I will not get a Confederate medal. But we do get the victory. All right, here we are on my favorite screen, the victory screen. High caliber medal, Kraken Unleashed medal. 78,665 total damage. Bunch of main battery hits, 6 torpedo strikes, 5 big kills. We ended up with just short of 150,000 silver and 3816 ship XP and commander XP here in the Wakeful. All right, there we are at the top of the board. 2 medals, 5 big kills, 1696 base XP. That Gisano should never have come broadside, my man. You should just rammed me. You should just killed me. So yeah, that went well. All right, here in the port, let's take a look at the ship. Just one modification, the aiming system mod 1. The Wakeful is and has been fully upgraded for quite some time. Taking a look at the loadout, 6 charges of the short duration English smoke. We did not use any booster flags because I like it. Oh, natural. I can't imagine what I'm still saying here. There's 6 charges. Great. Type 1 temporary camouflage. Early adopter flag. All right. Back when this was called the stats, 10,000 hit points. Got those 4 120 millimeter guns, 11.7 kilometer firing range, 8-second reload, 18-second turn time. Is that 11.9 kilometer range? HE shells, 1,700 max damage. I think it was a 9% fire chance. Torpedo launchers, 2 222 launchers, max damage 12,308. I can barely read this. 6 kilometer range, 59 knots. My glasses are not strong enough. They reload in 71 seconds. All right, AA defense. Well, at least it's not the Gallant's AA, but it is pretty terrible. Back when they built the ship, AA wasn't a thing. So that's why that's terrible. Max speed 35 knots, 500 meter turning circle, 2.8 second rudder shift time. Concealment 4.7 on the surface, 2.6 in the air, 2 kilometers when firing in smoke or guaranteed. All right, here's our commander, fully maxed out, Philip Vine. We got Erich Bai and Deng Shi Chang over there as my inspirations. Base trait, reduces the incoming fire dispersion or increases it, pardon me. Quick fix, reduces splash damage. Look at me now. Perceptive, more dispersion. Sidestep, more dispersion. And unstoppable. Anyway, that's the build, that's the game, that's the Kraken. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.